I'm Mike, and this is Everyday Off-Road. Alright, welcome back everybody. Wiring. Now, this might look like utter chaos, which in a way it really is, but we know what we're doing. Yes, we know what we're doing. Tons of wires have been removed from this harness already. Doesn't look it, but let me show you. All those wires and connectors have been removed. We're going with a very minimal amount of wiring. We're going to try to retain as much of the original harness as possible, meaning the relay center from under the hood, the bulkhead connectors. Now, this is strictly under hood wiring. So, what we were planning on doing was removing the computer, which for the most part has been removed. We do have a little problem though. The AW4 transmission has solenoids that are controlled by the computer and a transmission control module. Transmission control module that clips in right here. So, in our attempt to remove the computer, we are halted by this hunk of wiring. Now, how are we going to control the computer? With an AW4 controller. Now, I'm not going to disclose the name of the brand right now, but I will tell you that all this can disappear. The controller will use a keyed 12-volt supply, and it will determine which one of these, in this connector here, which one of these gets power and which one does not. And that will ultimately control the shifting of the transmission. So, with this being said, we can lose all of this. The only thing we really need is that connector. Don't need any of the wires. What I think I will do is I will cut back probably about 8 inches back from that connector. Give us some good meat. And then all this wiring, all the wires that go to here, to the relay center, can get trimmed. All the wires that go to the bulkhead connector can be trimmed. Alright, let me go do some snipping and bring you back when we're made some progress. Alright, see you in a few. Alright, how's it for a mess, huh? In all this, the only thing we need is this connector. Probably right down here by where these wires bend. I'll probably cut that there. But that does take care of a lot of unneeded wiring. Let's go over here, show you what's left of the wiring harness. Now that makes for a lot simpler wiring harness. Oh, hang on a second, folks. Let me put you on pause. Whew. Alright, welcome back, guys. A lot less wires here than before, huh? Before we go anywhere, let me show you something. That is our transmission control module, or transmission control unit, TCU, TCM, right now, POS, because there's no place for this guy to plug into. We have eliminated this. Here is the connector we are going to need for the wires to go down to the transmission or the solenoid. Now, I did leave enough length there, so I do not believe we should have any problem with identifying these colors. The bulkhead connectors. I should say connectors because there is literally two of them here. One is held in by the other. You notice, sorry about that, guys. I left these wires intact. They're long. I trimmed them all the same length, make them nice and neat. I did have a casualty. I was planning on retaining the windshield washer pump and the windshield wipers. I was able to retain the wiper wiring, but for some reason in the fiasco of going through this, we lost the washer wire, the pump wires. One of these guys, or actually two, yeah. I'm only going to need two because there was actually four, because there were two pumps. One for the front windshield, one for the hatch. I only need two of these wires. I will find out which ones they are at a later date, and we'll wire in our pump. Right now, I'm not sure the configuration under the hood. Where we're going to have room to put the reservoir for the windshield washer fluid, I am not sure. So, let's continue. This branch of wires goes down. That connector is for the front lights. I may retain the use of them. I may not. I don't know. But they're here. This big green hunk of wires and the two connectors here are for my horn, or horns, so I'm going to retain them. Backing up, this wire is my brake warning light. May not need it, may have to change that if I do, because we are going with the WJ master cylinder. Right now, the sensor for this is located on the proportioning valve. With the new setup, we do not have a proportioning valve, but there is a sensor on the master cylinder, so I may have to get maybe another connector. Don't know. That's either here nor there right now. Okay. Ooh. One single wire. That is for our temperature gauge. Don't know if I can use it or not, but it's there. Okay, now this branch of wires is for our wipers. Got the grommet here. Can you see that hole there in that grommet? That's for the washer hose to come through. Alright. We come to our relay center. Come on, wires. Work with me here. Alright. The relay center. Our main branch goes in. Several things come out. Mainly, this lead right here, which is our alternator output. Red wire going in, of course, is our power in from our main line. This grouping of wires is for the factory electric cooling fan. I will be reusing that. This single brown wire going out that is our solenoid wire. I recognize the green. This single set here, that is our solenoid in from the key. See if I can open this one-handed. There we go. Wow. What a difference. Now you notice there's only 3 relays in there. We got electric cooling fan. I'm cheating. Cooling fan, fuel pump, and our starter relay, which would be that wire, that single wire, and that green one. I say green because it's green inside. This bracket I'm planning on reusing, only because there is no real tabs to mount this guy. He's nothing but a square. Oops, got an extra wire hanging out there. If you're wondering, that bottom part comes off like the top does. That relay center clips into this bracket. You can see you got the metal clips there, and got 1 or 2 there, and right there. I am planning on mounting it. Right there is a good place to mount it. I can run the wires out through, I don't know if you can see that hole right there, and run it up and over the bulkhead connector right up in here. Now you notice all this wiring down here. Most of this is going to disappear. In fact, 90% of it's going to disappear. It's going to end up like this harness down here. We are going to reuse the gauge cluster. If they work, great. If they don't, well, we'll work around that. That's one of the things we can do. We can work around it. We are going to call this a day because it's starting to get cold. We have another storm coming. Yay! Another snowstorm. Nope. If you like the video, please click the like button. Subscribe if you wish to keep up on what we're doing around here. If you have anything to say, good, bad, or otherwise, please comment. So, for Everyday Off-Road, I'm Mike. Thank you guys for stopping by. We'll catch you later.